Hey guys, how's it going? I was at Walmart this week and something kind of blew my mind. There's a $3 plant on their shelf that nursery pros charge $50 for. Stick around for plant 5 because it looks dead on the shelf, but year 2 is unbelievable. So here's what I find so frustrating, and I feel like nobody talks about this enough. Walmart gets their stock from the exact same growers like Costa Farms that supply fancy nurseries, and that $3 dianthus is literally the same genetics, same rootstock as the $10 nursery version. My mom drove 40 minutes to a nursery for dianthus, and I wish she'd known they were at Walmart. Same grower, same soil, same plant. The only difference is the price tag on it. Number 1, bare root roses at $12.88, and this is the biggest savings you'll find anywhere. And when that same rose is blooming at a nursery, they charge $45 to $50, so you're saving like 74%. So here's my pro tip: look for bright green stems and active buds and just avoid anything black or brown looking. Number 2, the Philodendron section, and oh my gosh, you guys, what they have right now is stunning. I mean, Ring of Fire for $20, White Princess for the same, and you guys, these were $100 plants like a year ago. And then there's this new one, the Caramel Pluto from Costa Farms, with these gorgeous caramel bronze leaves, so different. Let's head outside because number 3 is what most people walk right past, and I totally get why. So you'll see these bare root blueberries for $10, and the root system is already established even though they look like nothing. Think about that $10 for a bush that produces fruit for 20 years. That's basically free food, which is amazing. Number 4, summer blooming bulbs. I feel like these are so underrated because they come back stronger every year. Now I will say prices went up though, Iris, from $3.98 to $5.88, which is kind of a bummer. But that's still way better than garden catalogs at $12 to $15 plus shipping, so still a win. Number 5, the one I told you to wait for. This one honestly changed how I think about gardening. So this $2 coneflower looks completely dead right now. Brown leaves, drooping stem, and most people just walk right past it. Bring it home, tuck it into soil, give it water, and one morning you walk outside and it's blooming. Now the warning part, because Walmart sells some plants that can actually destroy your entire garden, and this matters. Like wisteria, for example. It can strangle the roses you spent all summer growing, and I've seen it happen to people I know. And certain blackberry varieties, oh my gosh, they spread underground runners everywhere. Your lawn, your neighbor's yard, all of it. So just pull out your phone, search the variety plus invasive plus your state, and it takes 10 seconds, I promise. Oh, and if you have pets, this is important. Check the ASPCA toxic plants list, because some popular garden plants are really dangerous for them. And while you're at it, check your USDA hardiness zone by zip code, because what works in Zone 8 can totally die in Zone 5. Because here's the thing, Walmart ships the same inventory everywhere, so what's on your shelf might not survive your specific climate. Here's my quick checklist, you guys, and I use this every single time I walk into the garden center. So it goes green stems, active buds, then check roots, then search invasive status on your phone, and then confirm your zone. And honestly, the biggest thing I've learned is if it doesn't bloom year 1, don't throw it away. It's just building roots underground. Like blue sea holly and red hot pokers, people give up on those constantly, but year 2, they come back stronger than anything. That sad $2 plant from the beginning, this is her 1 year later. This is why I garden. If a $2 plant nobody wanted can become the most beautiful thing in your yard, so can you? Hit that like and tell me in the comments, bare root roses or rescuing a clearance plant, which one? Subscribe next week is even better anyway. Thank you guys so much. See you in the next one. Bye.